Yo, what is up guys, and welcome. It's InfernoKun back with The Walking Dead the final season, getting to another discussion about returning characters. Now, before I go ahead and start this video, I want to go ahead and say thank you all so much for the support that's been on the last few videos regarding Batman as well as The Walking Dead. They've been doing great in terms of very motivating comments, great comments, and overall just, great likes. You guys have been thumbing up the videos really greatly, and I really do appreciate that. It gives me the motivation to do more of these videos. But today we have a little topic here talking about returning characters, and that being Christa. Now, I know most of you are probably tired by now of hearing about Christa. Okay, we've been wanting her back ever since season 2 took off, and maybe even season 3 we were talking about her then, talking about if she would actually come back, and she hasn't came back at all. So most of us have probably lost hope that she'd come back. And then Telltale has said that some characters just don't return and they are just left a mystery and stuff like that. Then they went back on their word and saying that, hey, a returning character could actually come back into season 4. They have been sparking up some little bit of hope, a little bit of just speculation that Christa could actually come back in the final season. So I want to go ahead and talk about reasons why we actually want Christa back, and reasons that Christa could and why she would even come back. So let's go ahead and start talking about Christa in general. Okay, she was a character that was introduced, of course, in season 1 episode 3 towards the end, where we met her and her fiance slash boyfriend Omid. Of course, Omid was the whole funny guy, and Christa was kind of a little bit as well. She was just a little bit more serious than Omid was, but they were definitely a great little couple there. And moving on, you can kind of see that, whenever Omid got hurt, she kind of was really caring about him. So she's definitely a caring person, and that could actually play into effect. I'll get to that later, but of course, she stayed around episode 4 and episode 5, where we actually go ahead and after Lee dies, we go ahead and meet up with Christa in The Walking Dead season 2 episode 1. And that's where we last saw Christa, where we saw Omid die and saw her sad, look at Clementine with the gun, and kind of her fault in a way. And then we go ahead and meet a little time skip where we have just Clementine and Christa sitting down. That's pretty much it right there. And then Christa inevitably gets separated from Clementine because of the scavengers. So at that point, Christa was deemed MIA, missing in action, where the scavengers actually ended up, probably chasing after her, probably getting away. You can hear a gunshot, of course. We talked about this a while ago, many times before. You can hear a gunshot that, might have just, killed Christa or something, but many of us just think that, okay, why would they show it off screen instead of, doing it on screen, kind of leaving it open to interpretation that they might have missed Christa and she could have gotten away, and she wasn't, over in Wellington either. So where did she go all this time? Is she dead? Is she just not gonna come back at all? We've been wondering about this for a while, and I think that, one of the reasons why The Walking Dead TV show and the comics just bring in a bunch of people is because we have characters that have been here since, a while. You watch the TV show, The Walking Dead TV show, you look at Rick Grimes and Carl and Daryl, all of them, you're like, hey, they'll be back the next season. I get to see more of these characters that I've, been watching for a while now in each season and each issue of the comics. And Telltale's Walking Dead game doesn't really do that. We don't have recurring characters that come back each season. All we have is Clementine. In season 1, of course, we have Clementine and, Lee and stuff like that. But in season 2, all we really had was just, Kenny, Omid, and Christa. And all of them were gone in season 3, leaving us with no familiar faces other than Clementine, okay? So it's kind of a bit different looking at, this game in general, because it's weird. We don't have recurring characters. We don't have a Daryl Dixon who has been there for a while now. We don't have a Carl who has been there for a while now. We don't have anybody, barely anybody, that has been here the whole ride. All we really have who are alive are, Lily, Molly, and Christa, who has been there since season 1. And I'll get into them later if you guys do want to see that. Tell me down below. But we don't really have recurring characters And I really would have preferred if maybe like 1 or 2 characters survived a season that would continue on with the season, because you notice that, you know, in the Walking Dead TV show, Rick Grimes isn't like the only person you see that was there from the first season. We have, of course, you know, Daryl and all of them who was there the first season. After that, you just see all of them, you know, grow, and all of them just basically, like, you know, see how they handle certain situations, and you get character development that was already, you know, there in a previous season, but in Telltale's, they're just really just not there, okay? So that's why I think that I want Christa, because she was there in season 1. Might have been the latter half of it after episode 3, but she was still there. She knew Lee, she talked to him and various things like that, and having someone like that in Telltale's Walking Dead game would definitely be really cool to see. Now, I don't want them to go ahead and copy what they did with Kenny, because this game does need to have some fresh, some new ideas. Don't just bring back Christa and have it be just like how Kenny was, you know, arguing with the group and things like that. That could actually be a bit too samey right there. But I do think that, you know, when it comes down to Christa, having her be the authority figure, maybe even the leader of the boarding school group, would be pretty cool. You know, Christa, she was very caring about, you know, kids in general, and she did, you know, she was pregnant and she lost her baby, so maybe after that she devoted her life to maybe taking care of the boarding school kids and making sure that she doesn't, you know, put them in harm's way. That's what I think. That'd be a cool little, you know, little twist there, that Christa's actually the leader of the boarding school kids and the caretaker for them, just devoting her life to just taking care of them after her child, you know, was, you know, miscarried or whatever, things like that. So what do you guys think about that? Do you guys want Christa, or do you want to have a blank slate, you know, no returning characters at all, none of that? What do you guys think about that? Because I do think having characters, you know, that are recurring in seasons definitely adds to the season and adds to character development, in terms of just having a character that was, you know, there when it all, you know, quote unquote, when it all started. You know, that'd be very, very great to see Christa return. So what do you guys think about Christa returning any final season? Because Telltale staff did say that, you know, returns aren't just off the board completely. It is possible that someone could return, and that could maybe be Christa. I'm not sure, but I do believe they actually left her off screen for a reason, okay? Last time someone quote unquote died off screen, it was Kenny, and he returned. So hopefully it just won't be like the whole Kenny thing that's like really, really too similar, but we'll see about that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching once again for my little Christa video. Go ahead and leave me a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy and want to see more Walking Dead, the final season videos. I do have some more topics, but go ahead and comment down below any little topic ideas you have as well, and I'll be sure to get to some of them if I can. Again, thank you for the support on the channel and all of that. So be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I will catch you guys next time on The Walking Dead.